If you're in the vacation rental game, you know Airbnb is an absolute giant. But what if I told you that relying just on them is actually holding you back and maybe even costing you a huge chunk of your profits? Well, today we're going to break down how to build a multi-channel strategy to get you more bookings, more money, and a much more stable business.
So let me just ask you this, straight up. Think about it for a second. Is your entire vacation rental business, all of your income, flowing through that one single platform? If you're nodding your head yes, hey, you're not alone. But it's a way riskier spot to be in than you probably realize. And here is reason number one why. This number, around 20%, that's roughly the slice of the pie that can go straight to Airbnb between host fees and what they charge the guest. I mean, think about that. That's nearly a fifth of your money gone before you even see it. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right, because it's not just about that commission fee. When you depend on one single platform, you're opening yourself up to some serious risks that could really hurt your business. So let's break down what these hidden dangers really look like.
Just imagine this for a second. Airbnb changes its algorithm overnight and suddenly nobody sees your listing. Or worse, you get an account suspension, maybe it's fair, maybe it isn't, and boom, your income just stops, dead. And beyond that, you're totally invisible to millions of people who don't start on Airbnb. And maybe the most important part? You don't actually have a relationship with your own guests. The platform does.
Okay, so if that's the risk, what's the reward for branching out? Well, this stat right here says it all. We're not just talking about playing defense, we're talking about explosive growth. An occupancy boost of 40 to 60%? That's an absolute game changer. That's what turns a little side project into a serious, thriving business. All right, so hopefully you're on board. Diversifying is the key. The next logical question is, where else should you be listing your property? So let's jump in and look at the best alternatives to Airbnb.
First up, we've got a true veteran in the space, Vrbo. Now, Vrbo has carved out a fantastic niche for itself. It is the go-to site for families, for people looking for bigger homes with multiple bedrooms, especially for those classic week-long vacations. If that sounds like your property, being on Vrbo isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Next up, the global behemoth, Booking.com. Look, if Vrbo is for families, Booking.com is your gateway to the entire world. The international audience is just massive, and they have a really strong foothold in corporate travel. So if your place is in a city that gets tourists all year, or you want to attract business travelers, Booking.com gives you incredible visibility and some pretty slick data tools too. But hang on, because this is where it gets really interesting. While most of these platforms take a pretty big cut, Google Vacation Rentals has just waltzed in and changed the entire game. When someone finds your rental through a Google search or on Google Maps, you can get that booking with, wait for it, 0 commission. This isn't just a small tweak. It completely flips the economics of this business on its head.
Okay, so knowing where to list is one thing, but how in the world do you actually manage all of this without going crazy and double booking your property? Well, you need a plan. And that brings us to a simple 5-step blueprint to get you diversified. Now, before we hit those 5 steps, you have to know about the single most important tool for making this all work. It's called a property management system, or PMS. Just think of it like the central brain for your whole operation. It syncs everything, your calendars, your prices, your guest messages, across every single site, automatically. A PMS is the secret sauce that makes this entire strategy possible. All right, with that PMS in mind, here is your roadmap. Step 1, audit. Dig into your Airbnb data. Who are your best guests? When are you booked? Step 2, get that PMS. Find one that works for you. Step 3, optimize. Don't just copy and paste your listings everywhere. Tailor it to each platform. 4, price it right. Use dynamic pricing to stay competitive. And finally, step 5, monitor. You've got to watch the data and see which channels are your real moneymakers. So once you've mastered being on multiple channels, there is one final level to unlock. This is the ultimate goal, the thing that gives you maximum profit and total independence, building your very own direct booking channel. So take a look. On a normal booking from a big platform, an online travel agency or OTA, you see that big chunk of the pie? That's their fees. That's money you earned, but it's gone. It's the price you pay to get in front of their audience. Now, look at this. This is a direct booking. When a guest books on your own website, you completely bypass those platform fees. Your only real cost is a tiny little slice for payment processing. I mean, you keep almost everything. The difference in your profit margin is it's incredible. So how do you get them? It's easier than you think.
You start building an email list of your past happy guests. You send them an offer with a small discount to book directly with you next time. You can use a simple website builder to get a professional site up and running. It's all about taking back control and owning that guest relationship yourself.
Okay, you're armed with the strategy, you know the platforms, you've got the end goal in sight. But before you charge ahead, we need to talk about the common traps people fall into. Because honestly, doing this the wrong way can be even worse than doing nothing at all. Let's make sure you avoid these mistakes.
First up, inconsistent pricing. Let's be real, travelers are smart shoppers. They'll have a few tabs open, comparing your property on different sites. If they see different prices for the exact same nights, it just feels weird. It kills trust, and poof, you lose that booking. Your pricing has to be consistent everywhere. Mistake number 2 is the neglected listing. You know what I mean. Your Airbnb profile is pristine, but your Vrbo page has photos from 3 years ago and mentions a coffee maker you got rid of last year. It just makes your whole operation look unprofessional and sloppy.
And here it is, the cardinal sin. The one mistake you absolutely cannot make. The double booking. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will destroy your reputation faster. It leads to furious guests, terrible reviews, and can even get you banned. This is exactly why a good PMS isn't a nice to have. It's mandatory.
And the final mistake to avoid is just flying blind. Don't just throw your listing up everywhere and hope for the best. You have to dive into the data. Which channel brings you guests who stay longer? Which one fills up your slow season? Use that intel to focus your energy where it counts, on your bottom line.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Right now, this very second, somebody is online searching for a place exactly like yours. If you're only on one platform, you're just crossing your fingers and hoping they happen to look in that one specific corner of the internet. So the real question is, are you going to keep hoping, or are you going to make sure they can find you no matter where they look?